freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
It's 3 a.m. and the sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. A 100 boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Well, most of us, we made it home, but we never came back. When we close our eyes at night, we hear a rocket attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night.
Somebody.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Do you ever have one of those moments where you think, how the hell did I get here? Jeez, what happened to me? I was ruling the galaxy, had a cherry new battle station. I mean, this place had an omelet bar, a straight-up omelet bar. And now look, my former interns tossing me down a bottomless freaking pit. You know, come to think of it, my whole life has been a series of what the moments. That was my out.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
Yeah, you said bitch, though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
man. Broadcasting live from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence. Oh, and I got radar on the guns again.
What's up, man?
What's up? Flash slash Jose is doing whatever. I don't know what he's doing. He's doing Jose. I mean, he's doing army stuff. He's doing stuff. Yeah, he's in the army. Yeah. All right, so thank you guys and gals for showing up. We totally appreciate it. And it is a fucking. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna drop some F-bombs. It's a fucking Monday, dude. Oh, God, it's a fuck. First off, you guys notice there's like a cold snap happening. Now the last few days it's been like 80, 90 degrees, and now it's in the 50s, like I don't know, upper 50s, lower 60s. And I'm thinking, dude, really? I mean, this is getting tiresome, dude. I really am done with the way the Mondays are. Really, I don't know. It's been freaking crazy because now, you know, allergies get up. The freaking the kid is getting the ass. Well, he didn't. Man, you heard him earlier. He did not want to fucking. He didn't want to go to bed.
He was not having it.
Oh man, I'm gonna break out and saying vulgarities at me that I didn't even know where does he hear these vulgarities from? Even though he hears me broadcasting every night. It definitely doesn't get it for me. But at any rate, yeah, he didn't want to go to bed. I mean, he was doing real good. We have a little routine, you know, every day's routine with me and him. So we just hanging out and doing our stuff, and then the next thing you know, we just it's time to get ready for bed. No, I'm like, oh my God, here we go. Yeah, right, Tina, that's right. The Earth does not know how to freak out. Earth not only does not know how to act. Is it menopausing? Is it going through some sort of? Because everyone refers to the Earth as Mother Earth, right? We can just say she, right? So is she going through she's in the fucking mood, man. She's pretty pissed off about some shit.
And not in a good mood.
Oh
She's all about it. She's all about I'm not gonna say it because it can always get worse. It can always get worse. So I'm not gonna say it could get fucking worse.
Right.
It's been really odd. Like the whole we had 2 weeks ago some shit like that. We had baseball size hail.
Right.
Fucking showtime. It's just been crazy. And now it's hot and dry. I don't even know if it's ever gonna rain again. Our yard. It's beginning of June. We're already watering the yard and shit.
No, dude.
We had 6 inches of rain at baseball size hail, and they're like, no, I'm armed.
And then of course we've had murder size. We've had murder hornets and all the other 2020. 2020. This 2020 is the worst. I think is the worst year of everyone's life. I really think it is.
But you know what though? Here's the deal. It's got a little bit of something for everybody. A little bit of something for everything. You're like,
right.
I ain't scared of the Rona. Okay, well now how about the murder hornets? They're all right. Okay, well how about we have your city on fire or.
Dude, there's another one that's murder ticks or something there's ticks and mosquitoes that were throwing stuff out. I'm thinking, God, man, in 2020 no end. Lately, and real quick, there's been a lot of. I mean, we're getting ready to go into the time of the electorate, the election, man. The last time, let's see. I think it was July. I think it was the beginning or mid-July. We started really pushing the campaign in 2016 of both parties, kind of trolling them. We started putting more political ads and stuff like that because, WTF Nation Radio, U.S. Army, WTF Moments. We do want to make sure that our audience downrange gets the right amount of both sides. We're even right now trying to get Jo Jorgensen to come on of the Libertarian Party, so that way she can shoot the shit with us and hang out. We've already got several. We got her vice president, her candidate said, yeah, just we're working details with that. So we're literally going to get this sit down where I'll be honest, man, I'm tired of all the fucking parties, dude. Not like parties like with alcohol and stuff like that, but
I love parties.
Yeah, I love parties. I'm talking about the political parties. It is getting so fucking stupid to the point where people are screaming in the air now, you were talking about people screaming in the clouds like Old Man Simpson. People are just screaming in the clouds for no fucking reason.
Right.
Oh God, it fucking sucks, dude. Hopefully, I'm gonna tell you what, it all pans out at the end. Hopefully, it'll go. But this up to the election, during the election, and I think after election is going to be fucking nuts. That's just me.
I just can't see it. It has to be. It has to go fucking crazy.
I think most of it's going to be the, well, I mean, I'm gonna get some tinfoil stuff, but it's like the majority of the military, a bunch of mail-in voting, absentee ballots.
Sure.
For years, when I was in, I've always done mail-in voting. Always done mail-in voting, and now all of a sudden, someone's telling me that it don't count.
But you know what though? There's been a couple. Okay, I was in Iraq in 08.
Yeah, you go ahead. Say it, man. Go ahead.
Oh, and I don't even think that should count as that. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, yeah. Because it took forever to get the fucking... I mean, I applied to absentee ballot, like, before I left. You know, and then... we got to Iraq in, like, January of 08. And, like, I'm waiting for my shit. Finally got it in, like, July or some shit. I was like, okay, well, here's my shit. I'm going to mail it off. And I don't even know if they ever got it. I mean, you just kind of have some faith that it did. And then I don't know. Then we can't even get the fucking shit. Okay, so I'll go off on a fucking radar rant. We've been going for like 7 minutes.
Do it.
But we were like, I don't even know if absentee ballots count. Well, fuck, they can't get it right in the goddamn precinct. You can go there, fill out your shit, and punch your fucking chads and shit, and then you put it in there. Like, sorry about it. We got to recount them 400 times because we don't even know if it's right. What do you mean you don't know if it's fucking right? Like, it's there. Here is my vote. Here is who I want to vote for. Meh. Turn it in, and then be like, well, I don't know about it. Like,
right, dude. Well,
that's been since like since the first Bush Gore election.
Yeah. Oh my God, yeah. There's always been some drama with that.
But it's like, you think they'd be like, well, it's been like 20 years. Maybe we could fucking figure it out. No, not our fuck people.
Well, did it? Can I kind of get crazy to see that when all the Rona stuff happened, and they were closing stuff off, and they were saying no, voting's got to be done by mail-in. And I'm thinking, so then why is it okay to do to open up? In other words, if it's okay to open up certain states are opening up, doing their partial lifts and stuff like that. Why can't we? And it's okay for people to go into fucking Walmart and all this stuff. Why can't we? So what's wrong with fucking, walk up to, what's wrong with going to a voting booth at a local high school or whatever, or some, wherever, some places they do. And why don't they just open them up? Why don't they just open up more polling stations? Did you notice that there's like a lot less you hear about that stuff? Like Atlanta. I think it was Atlanta or something like that. They had some polling stations that were just like one for so many thousands of people. And there's like a line out to Texas for it. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, God, what can you? We can make this. This could be so much easier. I mean, if it's not gonna be done by mail-in, it's not gonna be done by walk-up. Is there some way we can like electrify? I mean, do it electronically? I mean, is there something that you can?
Here's what they're gonna do. Here's what they got to do. Donald Trump and Joe Biden and whomever else is running for president has to do a TikTok video. And whoever gets the most likes is the next president.
Oh, yeah. But it's got to be good. And they can't have help.
Yep, it's got to be just them.
It's just got to be just them. It's got to be. It's got to, not only is it got to be just them, but they can't have any help. They can't have any. They have to pick the song, and no EMS. So in other words, if any of them have to use EMS support at the end of their TikTok video, then they're disqualified.
Absolutely, I'm in. But here's what I'm going to say on this whole deal is, like, you kind of touched on it. We can go to Walmart, we can go to the gas station, we can go to wherever it is, right? We've got all of these things that we can do, and we've got tens of thousands of people A to B on the fucking streets protesting, right? They're not worried about the Rona. Just
right.
saying, they're like, fuck a Holocaust. We're gonna burn down Minneapolis,
right?
Which is whatever. And we're not gonna get down that fucking rabbit hole right now. But I'm just saying, if all of these other things are safe, maybe it's safe to have some sort of sense about it,
right?
Like have some hand sanitizer and shit, and you clean your hands up. And
yeah,
then
exactly.
Exactly.
Well, exactly that cause. COVID is a smart disease. It's only in home. It's not in homes. It's not in Lowe's, Home Depot, or grocery stores. But it's only located in beaches, churches, local parks, and especially polling stations. And it's not in daycares too. D-Max, I didn't say that's what I should do. I just asked the question about electronic voting. You don't have to agree with me because I asked the fucking question. I don't care personally. I'm just asking for another avenue.
But you think they'd be able to figure out? I don't know. That is I mean, it's not hard to make a fake identity on the internet.
I don't know what you're talking about, but yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you've read some articles.
Yes. It's zipped up in my Freedom devices that are at the bottom of the lake.
Right. But,
Two cool passports.
But you look at it would not be tough for people if you really wanted to hack it and get all that. So the government can fuck up a wet dream. Like we've all seen it happen.
Oh yeah, dude. Hell yeah.
Anything given the opportunity. So do we give them more opportunity to fuck things up? But then here's the other thing too. I'm going to say this, and I don't care what anybody out here thinks. This is my personal opinion. This is not the representation of WTF Nation Radio or WTF Nation Moments or whatever.
Uh-oh.
I think Trump and Biden both fucking suck. I think they're
clutching my pearls. I'm clutching my pearls.
I think they're both a horrible. It's like, fuck, you want to get shot in the leg or you want to get shot in the other leg? Well, fuck, get shot in the leg.
Oh, my God. I was going to say the same. I'll say it, too. No, I got you, brother. I'm right there with you. They both suck. They
So what's it really matter who gets elected? Like,
well, I mean, you're looking at the lesser evils of the lesser evils. I mean, there's literally two types of things we can look at. How can we look at this? Let's look at this with some logic here, and let's look at it with some common sense. I'm glad you said that they both suck, because that was going to be part of my premise for the kicking off of the WTF Nation Decision 2020 campaign, which once you're going to start seeing electrons changing to where everything's all different to we're writing blue election. We're going to have graphics up. It's going to get all G to G, and we're going to start talking about political stuff and just talking about different platforms and all this. And I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing. I'm disappointed in, like you were saying, both parties that support both of the candidates right now are really sucking by supporting them the way they're supporting them.
Absolutely.
Some of them are silent. Some of them are adding to, but not doing it right. Some of them don't know how to fucking meme.
No, not even at all.
Yeah, exactly, Scott. Once again, Scott's already. He's like, "Oh shit, D2's coming to shut me off again. Here comes the gremlins." You guys, we had a sound test. We had a sound check, and I replicated the exact conditions of a show, and they ended up doing a 2-hour show. I think it was on Saturday. Didn't I do it on Saturday or something like that? I replicated an entire show, a 2-hour show, just shooting the shit, I even had Cause coming on and shooting the stuff and hanging out, and that at all could we figure out why the hell, but it just so happened that, the Treasy gremlins didn't show up. At any rate, but
weird.
But yeah, it's just really weird. So I'm just kind of like watching right now everything. So then Scott just went ahead and jinxed it. Thanks, Scott. Appreciate it. Love you, man. But I don't. Both candidates suck, and everyone says, how do you feel about this? Blah blah blah. And you usually, well, I thought you were conservative. I'm like, I'm not a conservative. Well, do you appreciate that? Yes, I support that. Well, how could you say that? You said you're not liberal. What are you talking about? It was Friday. Thanks. All my days run together with meds. See, I couldn't run for office. That'd be so. There's like memory level. There's Biden memory level, and then there's like me. I don't know where I stand on the Biden memory level. And then there's shit posting, shit talking. That's between him and DGC because they don't know how to meme. But you're right. Both the GOP and the Democratic Party have moved away from what I thought they were in their own values that were attractive to any voter. I'm just not just me, but anybody else that would be attractive to any voter. I really think that some of it's on edge to the point to where you have a candidate on the Biden side that has been in office, in or out of being the vice president, and been in Congress for over fucking 50 years, 40 to 50 years. And are blaming only 4 years of a presidential fucking shit on a president who just showed up. Everyone likes to go back and forth on whose fault it is and whose fault it was, and how many administrations are we going to go back to blame who, whatever. I can tell you how many administrations, because when somebody says that they voted their congressperson at the Reagan era or the Nixon era, you've been in too long. Especially if you're part of the problems of what the issues are. Congress needs to have a better way to work up specific bills instead of adding tags to a bill. Both parties do. When I hear bipartisan, we're working across the table and moving across party lines and bipartisan support, that tells me that tells me right now that, okay, the Republicans want this bill to pass, so the Democrats are going to say, we'll sign it with you as long as you get us some free chicken in there to get it. And they're going to be like, well, we want our free chicken to be in there. No, we want your free chicken in there. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Now, you, as the voter for whatever party, are saying, look, all I want to do is make sure that veterans aren't in pain anymore and want to get rid of the opioid epidemic. Where did this fucking other shit came from? Where did this other stuff come from? How come, whatever happened to the legislation of medicinal marijuana for use of, in the VA? Or the expansion of that type? I mean, if they really cared about veterans, they would have passed this shit faster than the goddamn coronavirus cure.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're passing the cure. You already throwing out a coronavirus, but you want to sit there and talk about the opioid epidemic? Why don't you want to talk about that? Why don't you think about that? You're right. There you bingo. Normal Americans are being marginalized because of all this. You're exactly right, man. We're being marginalized. I'm saying all Americans are being marginalized. Look, land of the free, home of the brave, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Okay, everyone gets there. Whether you disagree with someone's color, skin, sexual preference, or identity, they are Americans and they're in this country. You're going to have to fucking deal with them. Period. Whether you like them or not. Whether you're in support of the cause or not. Whether if you are in supportive of your, whatever goals you want. We're big, me and you, I can speak for us. We're Second Amendment fans. We support the Second Amendment. We also support the First Amendment. Peaceful assembly, also their stuff. So that's the biggest one. That's what we hinge on. But we also look at some stuff to where if someone's mentally incapacitated and is unable to cognitively think about owning a firearm or driving or whatever, then they shouldn't own a fucking firearm.
Right.
It's just like, I don't understand where people can't get mixed up with this. I've had the vet bros just scream at me. God, Ken, what are you... What? Why are you so mad? What are you bitching about? You said you don't like vets and all that. How did I say I didn't like vets? Because you said that there should be a regulated militia. I'm like, I didn't say anything wrong with that. But you also said that there needs to be common sense gun legislation. I said, do you drink and drive? No. Why? Because it's common sense legislation that you don't fucking drink and drive, right? You lose your license if you drink and drive. So what makes you think if you have some, if you don't have the cognitive ability to handle a weapon, you're able to say, you want to give okay, I'll tell you what. You all seen pictures of Baby Ice? You think Baby Ice should go ahead and handle all my rifles loaded? No. That's common sense. That's a common sense thing right there. That's part of it. Don't clump it all together. Mm-hmm. But it's frustrating to see this shit. Like you were saying, the cause shit, like you said it. Both parties fucking suck right now. Nobody look at what's happening at the I mean, now you have both parties that kind of said, yeah, well, what about veterans? You can't I'm sorry. What veterans? What are veterans? No, you said that you were going to pass legislation for medicinal marijuana. Oh, that was so fucking 2019. No, but you said that, with all this stuff right now, and especially with veterans being more vulnerable due to the fact that they have underlying conditions. No, we didn't say underlying conditions. No. We were just talking about, but we were talking about having, medicinal marijuana being passed legislation with studies shown, and several members of the Republican Party that hated marijuana and hated the legislation of marijuana, now all of a sudden are supporting what they're calling a weed farm. It's almost like, it's almost like big farm, but it's now big weed. And those same party individuals now are investing in that to make sure that the small business weed dispensaries are not able to do. So I just want to know when you're going to be able to give us some medicinal marijuana and pass it through the VA. No, you can't do that. But tell you what, in about 6 weeks, we got the new coronavirus cure, and we're going to give it to all of our soldiers first to test them out, and then have you do a quote, would you like a pneumonia vaccine? Huh? What? Yeah, I got that, but I got friends right now that are addicted to opioids because you kept giving them opioids and then you gave them some psychotropic medicine on top of that, and one of them just killed themselves. No, but you got vets. You fucking. Is it? I mean, is it? What do you think it is, Radar? That why? What is it? The parties have kind of drifted away from what that we feel. You know what I mean? Is I don't know. Why has it gone away?
I think they honestly, I think they don't give a shit. I think they used to pretend to give a shit because that, like, made them somewhat likable. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Well, and I still think some of them kind of try to pander. I mean, well, they all try to pander like that. Holy shit! You see the fucking Senate Democrats and
yeah, don't get me started on that. Yeah, that's another thing too. Because then it's almost insulting. It's actually it is insulting. It's a disrespect to the. You know what I mean? When I see somebody pander to veterans, it's almost like them wearing a uniform all fucked up, like those Facebook ads that you see where the guy is all messed up, those military stock photos. He's got the collar all up and he's all unshaven and shit.
Yep, the hit for the 3M lawsuit.
Yeah, brother. You know exactly. So the same that
they just. I mean, it's not just, and it's like every fucking group. It's like it's the flavor of the month. You know what I mean? Like, what was it like? How long ago was it where they did like it was last year for like Pride Month, and everyone was like, oh, what up?
Yes.
And everyone's fucking Facebook profile picture was a rainbow and all that shit.
Yep.
And then the first of July, everyone's like, what's LGBT mean? Like, what's a bunch of that?
Right.
Like, what's
that's a good point. You're right.
And it's the LGBT community, it's the veteran community, it's the Black Lives Matter movement. Whatever movement is hot at the moment, it's cool for a month ish, and then they get bored with it, and then it's something else. And that's why I'm not even like mad at the riots, dude. I'm not even like mad at it because like I really do. I'm white, dude. I'm white as a fucking paper plate in a snowstorm. I don't even drive bullshit.
I can confirm you're white.
But I'm like, I get it, dude. I would want to deal with some of that bullshit.
Right.
I would not, and I do not blame them. And we see, they're. I'm sorry, like I don't give a shit what color you are. You shouldn't die having someone's fucking knee on your neck for writing a bad check or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about it. I don't care. Like, I have family who are cops and FBI agents both, and I have deep respect for what they do. And you could not give me their jobs, 120%. But you cannot justify some of these actions that are being shown. But you cannot group the whole group together and say, okay, well, all cops are bad. And we all know this. We've talked about this.
Right.
So, but then they, you get politicians from whatever, and it's not just the Senate Democrats or the House Democrats. It's every fucking career politician. You can almost all of them. You can find an example of them pandering to a specific group, especially the ones who have been in office for more than 2 or 3 terms. And you find them pandering to whichever group, whether it be veterans or the LGBT community or the whatever. And as soon as this little thing is over, they get forgotten about. They forget about, vets with suicide, veteran suicide. When's the last time you heard veteran suicide fall out of the face of a politician?
Yeah.
Now that it's kind of like, it's not the cool thing to talk about anymore.
Right. No. It's nothing hot. Yep.
These things are still happening, and when these protests and this spotlight is off the Black Lives Matter movement, and they let the 3 square miles of Seattle go back to town and whatever they're doing, whatever issue, when it gets boring, they won't talk about it. They'll forget about it.
Right.
So maybe they do need to have these big violent protests to really make everyone think about it. But then it's like, it'd be like the Rona. Remember fucking 3 months ago when the Holocaust was going to end the world and we're all going to fucking die and all these things, and all of a sudden we're just bored with it, so fuck it. What's a Holocaust? What's a coronavirus? We don't even know what this is anymore.
Right. Well, not to mention the fact that one of the things that you've had seen right now, and that's a good point, a deflection of what the issues we're clearly at. Everything has been so uplifted now to the administration, congressional level, to where now it never really solved the issue. And like you were saying, we support the blue Just like we support the U.S. Army. U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio are, I mean, if you don't know what we do, if you don't know what our mission is, then you definitely thought. Everyone thinks that we hate the Army. Everyone thinks we're shitposting the Army or whatever. We're not like that. You know, service to the veterans and their families, service to the soldier, and anyone else who wants to listen, and to bridge that civil-military divide, all while encompassing an entertainment value for people to look at. That has to do with the U.S. Army. We still love the Army, but we're holding some of the things accountable. We still do the occasional die amounts of units, and I'll be honest with you. You've noticed that we've had less. You notice we've had less units being put on blast. Why? It's because of that, I don't want to say the conditioning, but the amount of units that were put on blast, and we have had senior leaders coming on to the show to highlight that stuff, is because they didn't know it was down to the lower level. Now, to this point, we don't even have to say anything. We just give it to a unit. Hey, man, check this out. You got this unit's doing this shit. Oh, really? All right, cool. Some sergeant major will grab it, or a brigade commander, or a division. Who would have thought that we would ever gotten to able to talk to a general and say, "Here you go, sir. Here's what's happening in your formation." He or she would be like, "Got it," and they take off, and it never sees the light of day. So that way we can focus on what? Soldier and veteran outreach. When we have those little helmets that we want to get, those kill me every time I get an order. Every time we get a new request for those helmets for little toddlers, or issues that we have for the little ones. Oh, it just kills me. We support that. Well, the same thing with the blue. With the same thing with the police department. We're not saying we hate fucking cops. We're just saying that now it needs to be some, and we've seen just by their reactions to the riots, dude. Their reactions to the riots, we need to know. See, cops need some reform, man. They don't know how to handle civilians. They don't know how to handle this shit like that. They're not trained for that stuff. The no-knock warrants shit and stuff like that. I didn't know it was pretty prevalent. I have heard of no-knock warrants. I didn't know how big they were until it was brought to the national limelight. Which, to me, I was like, okay, cool. And then just fucking kill them. Stop it.
Yeah, but that's just it, dude. Like, that fucking no-knock warrant. Last thing I want to do is be sitting here and because they do it like 4 o'clock in the fucking morning, too. Guess what? You come kick in my door at 4 o'clock in the morning, you might catch a fucking slug. Just saying, I don't give a shit who the fuck you are. And then I'm gonna feel bad for shooting a cop, but then what? Then what do? You're making people criminals. You're making law-abiding citizens criminals.
For no reason.
And I mean, and even if someone is, I'm sorry about it. Fucking drug dealers, non-violent drug offenders do not need their door kicked in at 4 o'clock in the fucking morning. Sorry about it. I don't give a shit if he's got 20 pounds of fucking weed in his basement. Dude, you can wait. Because I don't get it.
Do you remember? Do you remember? That's just funny. He's right. Look, do you remember the big campaign they used to have that every criminal is connected to violence in this and stuff like that? Then all of a sudden the legalization of marijuana just made that go away.
Mm-hmm.
You all need to make a police WTO. Hey, believe it or not, part of our staff we do have a Leo. We have Leos. We work with Leos to help us out with our bolos. Be on the lookout for us when we're looking for missing veterans or vulnerable veterans that are out there that need a little assistance. We use and assist our veteran Leo partners. That's why we formed the Vampire Squad. Those guys, at midnight in the WTF Nation staff, Eastern Standard Time is when all the stuff. That's when they go to work. That's when they go do all. That's when we get a notification in the inbox of somebody who needs to talk to somebody. That's when we get a notification that, hey, look, someone's got some issues and they're having some hard times. They're going through some stuff. And like I said when we did the Memorial Day show. So, expand the empire. Scott says we need to expand the empire. Well, there is U.S. Army MP WTF moments, but they're not cops. There's like Watch the Cops or Watch the Blue, and they have people with filming, but we're not. You're right. It's a non-violent event. There's no, remember back in the day too, we used to see on the news about guys who used to get suckered into, like they say they won a contest or something like that, and they go, hey, yeah, come here, pick up your prize, and people show up and they get arrested. You don't have to, especially for weed. You could just post that. This would be this would be an opportunity. And here's me as a, using some of my techniques. I would so shame motherfuckers. That would be my WTF moments page for Leos. So make sure that non-violent criminals get put on blast. Hey, you got a warrant. And then blast it. Just like put that shit out.
Right.
For everybody. Just for everybody. Just so that way you can say, hey, check this out. So-and-so's got a warrant. And then cover each estate, like all the hotness, all the hotbed of the states. So Arkansas, I would just go there, just start from go from A to B. Or hell, just get a good one, whatever's trending right now. You know what I mean? Have some convicted fucking, some convicted felon who's been selling drugs, and he's got a fucking buzz. No warrant, no knock warrant. That fucking shame his ass. Throw him up on fucking that. Even raise it up too. Put wife beaters on there that are on the fucking run. Put them on there too. Fuck it.
The fucking Lulu. And that's just it. And this is me, dude. Like, I'm just like, okay, you want to fucking have all of these, whatever, MRAPs and fucking all, like, why the fuck? Why in God's green earth does, I'll even say big city police departments need MRAPs, but then they're like, in like, I don't know, some shithole county, Tennessee, that's got 326 people live in the whole fucking county.
You better.
The sheriff's department's rolling up in a dozen MRAPs like they're fucking going out on convoy and shit. Like they're fucking going down Route Iowa, but it's like Highway 34 to go hook up with, have fucking coffee at the cafe or some shit. And I don't fucking get it, dude. Like they're like, oh, we need machine guns. No, you fucking don't. Sorry about it. But I'm trying not to like vilify them because it's got to be a tough job. It's got to be. Like I said, I'm not at all envious. I don't want it. I'm not gonna tell them how to do their job. But there's got to be. I was talking to my cousin is and her husband are both police officers, and I was talking to them about all of this the other day, and they're like, yeah, we're accountable. We're held accountable. When they're coming from a smaller department, they're held accountable for their actions.
And they should be. And I'm glad we're gonna because after the break we're gonna get into some of the stuff about the accountability portion of it. Again, this is not we're not gonna beat up cops all fucking night. We just want them held accountable.
Well, in that same breath, I want politicians held accountable. I believe if I'm paying their salary, that there should be some sort of.
I think they call that the boogaloo.
Can't say that. We will get banned now.
Oh, I can't say that. Shit, can't say the word. Can we say boogaloos? No, we can't say the boogs. We can't say. We have to speak code or something like that. We say Magnum PI or something like that. I don't know.
That's right.
Killdoors are exactly right, man. Killdoors. But you're right though. I don't understand. You needed an MRAP. I needed an MRAP when we were in Iraq. We were going down Route Irish and MSR, MSR Tampa, and we needed the MRAP going up from Baghdad International Airport and all the way around. We all around up to Sadr City. Oh yeah, we need some MRAPs, right? Cops are not in Iraq. There's no need, when there's no need to have vehicles that are armed the street like that. Why would you have that anyways? When you think about it,
especially when they're pieces of shit.
Right, I'm about to say. Oh, I know how to say. Oh, this is top of line materials used by our special operations and blah blah blah. And me and you're looking at them like, no, it's not really how it works. They're not really. They're kind of like crappy vehicles. They're not really going to be. So what? Everyone talks about how Europe does it. Do you know what Europe does? They get a big water truck and just spray people down. They literally just go and spray people down. They're like, all right, fuck it. you want to have a and that's another thing too. They don't care about protesting. They care about the rioting and the destruction of property. So if you're in Germany and you see a big ass green water truck that says Polizei on it, run, because they're gonna spray you down. You're right. Active shooters, I could see an active shooter and all that other stuff, but that's what the police needs more training. The police need more training. The police need more training in dealing with civilians more and more after, because this brute force shit, that's what's giving them up. That's what's giving them the shit. Mm-hmm. Now, everyone's freaking understanding this right now. And I brought this up. I brought this up to several people, and they didn't say anything back to me. And I was just kind of like, why didn't you want to get back to me? How come you don't want to bring, You notice there's been a downturn in protest violence? You notice that, right? No, but it gets better. It gets better. There's been a downturn in protest violence due to the fact that there has been more of, I would say, more security from individuals that are engaging and using their Second Amendment rights. That's why they've been exercising their Second Amendment rights, securing their own protests. Hell, they're even bringing their own mounted security as well. Yeah, they need coin training to win the hearts and minds. No, it's a lot of it is that cops need to know how to talk to people.
I guess I'll throw it back to the being in Iraq thing.
Right.
I'll throw it back. If we're rolling down Tampa, right? And I'm not saying that this is a thing that happened, but
right.
If you were to pop off, just fucking throw a 50 cal round through a house, even not even kill a person, not even injure a person. If you put a Mark 19 round through a house, then you were going up the chain. It didn't matter. Unless you had a fucking really good reason for firing, and you had a whole lot of steps to get to before you got to lethal force.
Right.
Right. If not, and even if it was I don't know, different units were different. I totally get that. Different units had different rules of engagement. Kind of. But I mean, different standards. We'll put it that way. But you risk not only losing your career, but going to fucking Leavenworth for a bad shot, for a bad shoot.
Yeah.
And then, but you can go to fucking Chicago and do it. You can go to Chicago, shoot anybody you want, apparently, or fucking Minneapolis, or fucking whatever. Like that is, and in an MRAP, you could be in an MRAP, both fucking places, doesn't matter. But it just blows my mind how. And this is not in every department. This is not even. I'm not even going to say it's all metropolitan departments. It's not. And I'm not going to say that part of it isn't dudes getting burnt the fuck out and seeing the same shit every fucking day that they can't do nothing about. Was a kind of resounding thing. Me talking to my blue line friends was, we see a lot of shit we can't fucking do nothing about, and it's very frustrating. And then sometimes you kind of lose it for a minute. Get that, but. Why do we gotta fucking there's gotta be a middle ground. It's the same with the fucking politicians. I'll fucking circle back to where we started.
Yeah, go ahead.
Politicians, it's like there's fucking extremes, right now everything's so black and white. It's so red and blue, or left and right, whatever you want to say. It's like fucking both polarized ends of the spectrum right now. And I have never in my life met anybody who is so far right wing or so far left wing that they would actually agree with everything that's been spouted that they are allegedly supposed to fucking agree with. Everybody has some things that they're kind of medium on, or kind of like, okay, we can sit here and I can defend the police and not be a fucking racist. Right? I can sit here and criticize the police and not be a fucking pro everything hippie. You know what I mean? There's room in all of this discussion to find middle ground, where most people, I'd say probably 95% of the country lives, is somewhere in the gray area in the middle. Not in the black end, not in the white end, somewhere in the middle.
Not well, and it's not these, like you were saying. It's like what Kaz was saying and what you were saying. It's the normal average American that is not too. It's not too specifically political. That says, fucking GOP, what the fuck you guys doing? DNC, what the fuck you guys doing? And then you're thinking, I think these guys are going to be the president, and this guy's running for president, and this guy is the president. You're just like, fuck, man. You realize what you're now making it look like too, that it's almost like you really don't give a, and then they're talking heads. Yep. Last time I checked, there's several individuals that are in the administration that don't represent the American people. There's like fucking staff. It's like when somebody, you've been in a unit where you have somebody on staff that tries to tell you what the fuck to do, and like, who the fuck are you? You're my first sergeant. You know what I mean? Shut the fuck up. The same thing with
one time at this random formation. Who the fuck are you? Like,
yeah.
You Iraq, I saw you got on the fucking plane, and then I haven't seen you in fucking 8 months, and all of a sudden you're coming to tell me what to do. Fuck you.
Right,
Like,
exactly. You're not my first sergeant. Same thing.
Yeah.
Some of these party representatives, you know who's been really fucking quiet lately? Really fucking quiet, and I just kind of laugh. I'm thinking about memeing the fuck out of them soon. After I get because we got a new meme team now. Our meme team on U.S. Army WTF Moments is getting a little bit larger. The NRA. Where the fuck they've been? They haven't said shit.
They haven't had to. And you know, this is something I was thinking about earlier when we were talking about, and we got into politics a little bit. But the NRA ain't got to fucking do nothing, because even the people who are like super left, fucking willing to riot and take over a fucking piece of Seattle, are standing outside guarding it with an AR-15. You know what I mean? The fucking NRA is like, we won. We fucking won. We don't got to do anything.
Here's your chance. Here's your chance, NRA. It's time to fucking rally them up. You were fucking talking all this stuff, man, about this. You know what the hell? Exactly that cause. Joe Jorgensen gets her PR game, and that's a lot of it too. A lot of it's their PR game. Their PR game sucks. A lot of their PR games suck. They don't meme good.
They do that. How can you? You can't put me on that PR team to sell another 4 years of Trump. Or 4 years of fucking pedo Biden. Sorry about it. You cannot get me. You could not put me on that team. You couldn't pay me enough money to be like, hey, Radar, I need you to come up with some ideas to sell this guy, the fucking creepiest politician we've had in the last 25 years. I can't do it. Sorry about it. Like, you can't. And then the same with, Joe Jorgensen. She's like, fucking. I was thinking the same thing about Gary Johnson 4 years ago. Like, how could he not just fucking sweep in and be like,
dude, I know, pull in a Bloomberg, like both of them, just Jonah, just pull them, just roll right the fuck in, pull a Bloomberg.
Here's the I actually like Gary Johnson quite a bit, and I've met the guy. He actually him and a couple other libertarians did a deal at the college here. That's literally right across the street from where I live now. But that's when I was going to college there, or I just got done there. But anyway, I actually met him, shook his hand, real nice guy. And I did vote for Gary Johnson. I'll say that. I'll say it out loud, whatever. Go, oh, well, fucking I won it for Trump. Whatever, fucking my vote doesn't matter. Fucking anyway. But
it don't matter who you vote for, dude. It's your choice. That's your choice.
Exactly. And if everyone just voted for who the fuck they wanted, but I couldn't. There's no way I was voting for Hillary, and I didn't know what Trump was capable of. That was where I was at 4 years ago. But remember this time 4 years ago, it was fucking fire. Like,
it was insane, man.
Yeah, it was like
it was
nonstop.
insane.
What was going on with fucking Trump and what's going on with Hillary, and they were back and forth, and there was like this banter back, and then like Hillary was like passing out places and shit, and we're like, oh, she's saying?
About to say, right? And people were still voting for her. They're like, no, shut up, we gotta vote for her.
Then Trump was like saying just the most ridiculous bullshit.
Yeah. Oh God.
What's he talking about? But she's dying. Like, and then Gary Johnson's like, where's Aleppo?
Was Aleppo? Yeah, that was his kill. That was the nail in his coffin on that one, man. That was the death blow of the campaign. What's Aleppo?
Yeah.
That's Matt Damon.
If you'd ask fucking Hillary Clinton or fucking Donald Trump, either one in that same fucking chair the same day, where's Aleppo at? They'd be like, what's an Aleppo? And if Trump would be like, I have the best Aleppos. Oh, you're talking about. But,
my Aleppos are huge. I have very beautiful Aleppos. My Aleppos are very huge. The best one. Have you ever eaten Aleppos? You wouldn't know what to fucking do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We're going to take a break right now, and then we'll be right back. I'm going to refill my coffee cup, and then we'll be brought back with more Monday edition with Radar and Ice. So stay tuned. Stand by.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Nothing feels the same. Left it all behind. so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back. Come back down to me. I'll wait until you come down. Come back down. Why you keep it in your head? Is it so bad? Never heard a word you saying, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Won't see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you need now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, you.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
The subjects of earlier about some of the political candidates and yada, yada, yada. So, real quick. And we're going to get in. This is not really tinfoil because it actually happened. We just don't know how it happened. For about
why?
For about 30, 40 minutes or something like that. The webs went out. The interwebs went out. Cell phone service was disrupted. For a while, if you were not able to send your fucking pictures or whatever, or communicate with your family members and all that, or you couldn't deliver them. Everyone's asking me, hey, what's going on? I'm like, what are you talking about? You just sent me a bunch of pictures. I'm like, really? Oh, really? Let me double check. And then, wow, Well, that's what it was. Is that I'd sent messages out. Someone hits me up or asks me a message for something, and during the course of the day, and I'll send pictures or messages for whatever. I'm working graphics for the show or doing, getting ready for the next guest. And the next thing you know, that just like our ops and our head shed, they just got flooded with a bunch of my messages. I'm like, well, what's going on? I didn't flood anybody with some shit. I was just like, I don't know, sending shit during the day, and you guys didn't get it. I thought you guys were just being quiet. It turns out that the webs were out. Turns out that there was some a disruption of cellular services too. Nobody knows what's happening. Nobody wants to admit. Nobody said anything. There's no news out there of said event. But there's individuals that say, yeah, it did happen. I mean, there's all the techies, tech nerds and stuff like that were, that we got disrupted. Yeah, Ross. Yeah. Is that what we're saying now? Deep state shit. And that's really that's what happened. I mean, I don't know. I can't explain it for anybody else due to the fact that I don't went out. It just went out. Did you hear about that shit?
I heard of it. There was some rumors, a little bit about it. But okay, I'm gonna throw out a caveat.
Oh God, did you just say that? Go ahead.
I did. I was hoping Spanky's listening. Anyway, so I drive for a living, and I live up in the mountains, and so sometimes I have service, sometimes I do not. And so it didn't. I was gone most of the day, so I didn't even know for sure, like, if it was a thing. Like, people were like, we lost all their da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, sure, all right. Okay, sorry about it. Like, I didn't. Suck, nerd.
Right.
I was like, wait a minute, maybe I did. I just didn't know about it. But then we're talking about it because I guess it happened, like, at work, like, in the where they do have servers all the time.
Right.
And their internet went down there. And, they were thinking it was because of a solar flare or some shit, or 5G, like, radiation. I don't know. I work with some weird people. Like 5G. I don't know. Like, they're like, well, then one guy's like, it's probably the windmills, and I was like, yeah, it's probably the windmills. So I mean, so far I've heard it could be the windmills or the 5G radiation. Or solar flares. Those are the three things that I can put on the table from my colleagues. It was one of those, I guess.
I got some of my friends that work in those techie stuff were like saying the same. They were just like, yeah, this is not right. I don't know what happened. The thing about these type of attacks, and I was thinking the same thing, Pookie. I think it was a cyber attack. I don't know. Is it a good thing or a cause? That I didn't notice. Hell, I didn't notice either. I was just going about my day. I didn't notice it was out until people were like, "You gonna respond to me?" I'm like, "What?" Yeah, it's those fucking rechargeable pigeons. Anything that you do on the web, unless you really know how to hide something, or in the webs, you can't hide it. Yes, that
shit pops back. I mean, there's records. There's electronic.
Right,
records.
there is. It's a footprint.
Yeah.
So for instance, when we do, like I'll give us a perfect example. When our tech goes out or we have tech issues, I immediately go into the techiness of the tech and look to see where the interruption happened, where it was disrupted, what was the issue, and I can detail out or straight up. So when someone says I didn't mean to delete something or I didn't delete something, it'll say terminated by user, or it'll say interruption of program, blah 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 blah. It'll tell you. It'll straight tell you that's what happened. It's not really you really can't hide it. So for my tech friends to say, yeah, something's up and we're digging right now, I think it's kind of like big. You know what I mean? It's kind of a big deal if it went across the country.
Right, and it was all the way across. It wasn't like certain. It wasn't like, AT&T and whatever went out. It was everybody.
Right. It was everybody. Yeah, exactly. Twitch went down. A lot of streaming platforms went down. It was kind of one of those things to where, okay, now it's the time to dig. I'm pretty sure somebody will find it and dig it up, but you'd have to be really fucking good to hide your trail on some of that stuff, or unless you really know how to hide where you're at to hide your trail, because a lot of it, that's those two different points of attack. Recruiter Times, you're correct. Anonymous did launch a DDoS attack onto the Minneapolis police station website, and were able to also to go in and secure a ton of their personal information, and they published it. So the Minneapolis Police Department then, of course, they re-engaged their interwebs and put that CAPTCHA. You know what the CAPTCHA thing is? It's the thing that says find the taillights. Look for cars, and you have to find the little matching tiles to add to it. Yeah. And then there you go. So I think that the thing is that they that they were able to mitigate some of that risk by having somebody getting involved. But then what was that? If you know one of those, yeah, exactly. If you're some of those people didn't know, whatever, didn't know because you're too busy because you had that outage. However, there are some things that are required for some people that don't know. Like you were just saying about the, you were saying that yourself. You drive, right? Some of the things are happening. Isn't some sort of recording or something like that on how you have are you a robot? Exactly what it is. How you dispatch your vehicles, how you track your vehicles, how vehicles are tracked.
Yeah, we have the e-logs, they call them.
Right.
And so like it goes through GPS or whatever. You're on your phone, the phone GPS. It's an app we have on our phones, and it if you can log into the program, like my boss can see what road I'm on, what speed I'm on, if I'm wearing my seatbelt, if I'm going, accelerating too fast, what my engine RPMs are, all of those things he can look up through my deal. But being, the area I'm at.
Yeah.
And we have spotty cell phone service, and it runs off the triangulation of the towers, all that fancy shit. So sometimes if we don't have good enough service, that we will actually lose that. So it's not uncommon for us to lose that service.
Right.
For a period, depending on where we're at in the mountains and whatnot. So it's, I don't know, it's a pain in the ass, and it's not uncommon for me to look at my phone and say it's GPS is gone or whatever, GPS turned off or whatever. So it's whatever. But like I said, those guys at the shop were pretty convinced it was like, I'm pretty sure they're between the windmills and the 5G.
Sprinkling that coronavirus. They're talking about the flying information or something like that. The rechargeable pigeons.
Yep. Yeah, that's the vapor trails.
Well, what's crazy is that can affect some certain infrastructures too. I mean, electronic infrastructure. I mean, to actually have like your lights, your utilities, your cable. I mean, those are necessary too, because if you have internet service, and some companies use those types of same cables that you use like on a business level, and they might need it, or fucking airlines to do your flights, fucking flying as well.
Mm-hmm. I don't. Those vehicle monitoring things, just low power 2G service. Sure, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about that either.
All I know is sometimes it'll say GPS is turned off.
Right. Right. Yeah. So I got you. Yeah. Well, same thing. But I wonder how aircraft operate with that.
Well, I think they run off actual GPS satellites.
Right. Well, I just kind of wonder. Yeah, but I'm just wondering how it would affect them. Like the GPS signal would get, like a satellite would get hacked or something like that to get moved around or something like that. To see how that would work. My biggest thing is that how it would affect, I don't know, train. We never hear about trains. You ever notice we haven't had a train derailment in a long time? You notice that? We haven't had
they just don't say shit about it.
Yeah, I'm about to say. Okay, just making sure.
Around here, there was like and they hit cars all the time. All the time. Like there's like in the fucking paper, like about once a month, a fucking train hit a car. Well, the fucking train gonna swerve the fuck out of the way? Of course, the train hits a car.
Right.
Off the train tracks.
Yeah. Oh, well, here you go. I got something from Anonymous. Thank you, Anonymous. Thank you for giving us our hi. Thank you for the deets. All mobile phone operators under the largest DDoS attack in the history of the United States right now. T-Mobile down, and there are some. Let's see. Let's look at some of these things on here. Verizon, Metro, AT&T, Facebook, Cox, Cricket. All the major streams were down. Man, that's crazy.
Well,
thank you, Anonymous.
Apparently, even Sonic had their shit.
I know, dude. No wonder. That explains why the Sonic. you imagine Sonic having your fucking... What's up with these ice? Maybe that's why. Maybe they're AI-generated ice cubes. If you ever had a Sonic ice cubes, it's the shit, dude. I know people that get fucking... Just go to Sonic just to get the ice. But, yeah, it's fucking crazy. I'm looking at it right now. So, that's nuts. Thank you, Anonymous, for providing us the information. Thank you much. So, that's what I'm saying. We don't hear anything about... Let's see, derailments, mass shootings. We haven't heard any of that stuff right now.
Oh yeah, well everyone's locked down, so there's no mass shootings.
What are you talking about, bro? We've had people show up to protest in the thousands, and there's nothing of that.
I'm just saying, like that's their that isn't that the official narrative is that everyone's locked down. So the gun violence is still one of the biggest issues that are facing American society today, and we need to fix it. But there's no mass shootings. There's no evidence of this huge issue because of the.
Yeah. So I'm gonna hit another disinformation hit. I was talking to some opposite monkey people and discussing some of the memes that some of my friends and family have been sharing all over their social media. And I can totally tell some of these individuals have been had. Some of them have been debunked as well. We talked about the memes, what was it, last week or something like that? We talked about the Lincoln Memorial everyone talked about that was all defaced when it wasn't. We're talking about the one Vietnam Veteran Memorial that was defaced 2016, but they were trying to attribute it to the protest. Memes are looking at the same format, same written. Now they're being more divisive to both races. The reason why I say that is because there was a shooting that happened in Atlanta that caused the burning down of a Wendy's. And a lot of memes were thrown out about the guy who was killed. It's Rashard Brooks. He was killed. They just released the body cam video, and all of the drama and the crying and of why this was bullshit and also this stuff. The cops had to defend themselves, and you watch the video. I'm gonna say watch the video and come to your own conclusion. Don't get had by misinformation campaigns, and I'll say it, from China and Russia. They're watching you. They're watching how we react. They have entire legions of meme people that know that they just have to watch our news and just go ahead and strike a chord with somebody. The one thing that's really the big one is backgrounds. They're going into everybody's background. So wait a minute. Did we get killed? Did we get cut off? No way.
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. Man, I'm seeing some of this content is no longer available.
Yeah, I saw that too. But we still got chats going. It seems to be everything's got up.
Okay, cool.
Hard telling though.
Yeah. That's weird, wasn't it? You got the same message I did.
Yeah, it popped up.
Content not available. So these memes are pretty divisive. These memes are also laying out inaccurate facts of individuals that have been involved in some of these shootings. The recent one is everything has gone into everybody's background now. I'm gonna tell you what. Something happens to me, I don't care what you. You find out something in my background. Someone says, "Yep, you're this, and this." They're going to dig into everybody's past now for everything that happens. Because now everything that you do is going to be brought up for an event that was fucked up that happened to you to kind of derail it. That is a complete fucking disinformation campaign. That's a normal tactic, technique, and procedure to get you to not worry about the issue at hand. Did you know that ICE and Radar, when they got a speeding ticket, they got all this, they got this, they got that, they got this, they got this, and they got busted for that, and they got busted for this when they were 12, and they were this, and this. And you're thinking, yeah, but they got killed by cops. They were, you know what I mean? They were. Right. That what does that have to do with what happened in the past to somebody's? Because I'm going to guarantee it right now. There's nobody in the fucking chats, and there's nobody in the audience right now, and there's nobody that follows, shares, likes, and follows us at all that is a fucking saint when it comes to their past that I would give 2 fucks less if something were to happen to them. If something were to happen to somebody that was fucked up, the last thing I look is somebody's back and it's like, oh, well, did you know that so-and-so did this, 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 and this? What does that have to do with a cop killing somebody? That has somebody's past has something to do with it. Don't even go into the show pattern because now I don't think there's anybody. I don't know too many people in the medical community, especially in the psychology realm. I do know some, but I don't know a lot. And some of the stuff they tell me it's not normally conducive to bringing somebody's past up, and it's not the same thing with the actions of an individual when they conduct themselves around law enforcement. Like remember when I got a bunch of shit that one time, Radar, when I said that just because you're a veteran and you point a gun at a cop doesn't make you a fucking saint. But then again, you know, fucking what happened? You pointed a gun at a cop. You get what you get.
I remember that.
And then you get so something happens to me, someone's gonna dig me. Did you know ICE had a speeding ticket for this, this, and this? Did you know ICE did this, this? Did you know ICE did that, that? Did you know that? Let me tell you what happened in this fucking the body cam was released in Atlanta. Guy was drinking and driving. Fuck yeah, dude, drinking and driving. That is not in dispute. A dude was waiting at a Wendy's drive-thru, pulled up, and was waiting in line, and he fell asleep. Who has not? You've done that before. I've done that. I'm not saying I drink and drive a lot, but there has been time in my youth time that I was a little stupid. Luckily for me, I didn't end up in somebody's house. Do I admit that I fucking might have done it? Yes, I'll admit it. Does that warrant me to fucking get the shit, you know, shot out of me? No. I mean, let me tell you the story. He pulls up, goes to Wendy's, pulls up the drive-thru, and in line, he falls asleep. People are driving around. driving around. Hey, there's a dude in the Wendy's drive-thru. We don't know what's going on. Okay. Cop walks over. But this is in the body cam, too. Knocks on the window. Hey, dude, you good? Why'd you just pull? You tired? You're right, whatever. And he pulls over. Supervisor shows up, says, hey, yeah, I think he's got some alcohol. He said he drank a little bit, this. The supervisor talks to him. They do field sobriety test. All right, field sobriety test happens. They're placing him under arrest now because they said, you know, obviously he's been drinking and driving. Everybody knows that when you get busted for DUI, you get arrested. Normal, right? So at this time, he starts to resist. As soon as one of the bracelets are put on him, he immediately starts resisting. They start fighting. 2 cops and 1 guy start fighting. And one of them, shut up, I'm going to tase you, I'm going to tase you. So he tases him. Misses with the prongs. And they try to dry tase him. So he gets up and runs. He starts running. He turns and points the taser that's already been discharged. Now, if anybody's fired a taser or have gone through non-lethal training, everybody knows that yeah, exactly that cause. Oh, dude. It's something. The lines at Wendy's are super slow, but they have quality food. Sometimes it's worth the wait because at least they don't forget my fucking ketchup. Let's not talk about McDonald's. At any rate, so the X26 taser has already been. If you've never fired a taser before, or you've never been involved in non-lethal training, the ones that fire prongs, they fire 2 prongs. One fires in the horizontal, and one fires in the downward motion too, and it fires for several feet at first, and then it starts to slope down in the trajectory. Exactly that bit. They don't always work, right? So the discharge of the taser has already happened. Pineland burns. Well, thank you. Oh, I appreciate it. So when he did that, he turned and pointed the taser at the cop that was discharged. Everybody knows. Cop knows he's a discharge. Everybody knows it's a discharge taser. These guys are supposed to know the fucking facts while they're going through their taser training on how to operate it because they get tased themselves. He's running from them while this is happening. He turns and points the taser at him, and he's quite a considerable distance from in the parking lot, and they shoot him in the back. They shoot him in the back. That's why the cop was immediately fucking fired. That's why the cop was immediately fucking, another one's placed on administrative duty. That's why the chief of police resigned. I looked at that stuff. I'm like, yeah. Somebody runs for me and they got a taser. Get another taser. The guy was drunk. You're supposed to already know as a cop, you know your equipment, right? You know, you've been through that non-lethal shit too, right? Didn't you go through that stuff too?
Oh yeah. We went through all that shit.
And you know that once a taser goes off and someone's coming at you running away from you, you're not going to fucking open up on them. You're not going to shoot them.
No. The dude wasn't armed.
Right.
You know what I mean? It wasn't like he was, pulling out a pistol or something to, engage the police officer.
So the puff that you saw when it was a little puff, that came out, that little puff is the electronic discharge when the flaps open from the discharge cartridge and it pops open and it glints. So it looks like a little flash. And also it like clicks like a little strobe light too as well with a little laser on it. So the cops already knew they had a laser. Autopsy confirmed that he was shot twice in the back.
Do we need an autopsy for that? Just count the holes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's got to be determination because there's, of course. So
God forbid he has the fucking COVID-19s, and that's
right. We just want to make sure, yeah. So that's what happened. So now we have that event, and immediately the first memes that I start seeing today. Well, a couple days ago. Was it a couple days ago? Yeah, it was like the day before yesterday. Maybe it was yesterday. When did this thing fucking happen? It happened like fucking over the weekend, right? Yeah, I hope it went over the weekend. So I think it was yesterday I saw it. People are automatically dropping memes saying that this guy had this, he had that, he had this, he had that, he had this, he had that, he had this, he had that. So his background already was determined to the fact that he had already been, there he had his ID in his vehicle. They pick him up later. Exactly that, Daniel. Bingo. That right there. That's the policing that they're talking about. I'll be honest with you. I mean, how many times have we had Iraqis run from us?
They wouldn't have ID for shit.
we were like, fuck, he got away. What happened, dude? Well, me and Radar were out patrolling, and when that Iraqi fucking was involved in some shit, and then he took off, and then he fired a taser at us, and then he ran, and we kind of laughed, and he tripped over himself, and he left, and he ran. Oh damn! Oh damn! Oh damn! All right, better luck next time. Did he necessitate getting shot in the back twice? I don't think so. Because think about that. If that happens, that right there happens to them, that's going to happen to you. That immediate, I just don't understand how come the immediate disinformation campaign or the immediate smearing of somebody just because of their. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a fucking DUI, okay? Different from resisting from. Doesn't deserve to get shot. And I'm not talking about a fucking wife beater or a fucking child abuser because. Those individuals, and it's all corroborated and it's legit and it's fucking facts, are automatic fucking 2x4 beatings off the bat right there. Then I've seen some cases like that where you've come up to a scene and there's individuals that have been abused like that. Yeah, those are automatic 2x4s right there, all the way into the fucking car until they go to fucking jail. But really, fucking shooting them in the back for firing a taser? Are you that much? Are you that? I mean, you're not really relying on your training. That you had to like kind of, I don't know, not. I mean, do you think about that? Do you fear the taser? Did you fear the taser?
I don't fear. I don't fear about taser. Tased the fuck out of me.
He was running and he was drunk.
Right. I think that should be some sort of fucking. Yeah, if you can run that, if you can be that drunk where you pass out in the Wendy's parking lot and then get tased and still run, hey, you're all right. But here's the deal, and I don't give a shit if that was his 100th DUI. Ain't no need to get shot over it. Period. I don't give a fuck.
Right. He should, and that's the thing. Well, when you get to a 100th DUI, though, he should be in jail.
Yeah.
He should be in jail.
Yeah, but go to jail. Don't get shot.
Right. Exactly. I'm going to jail. Not getting shot. Not getting shot for running. For running. How many times? Okay, I'll admit it. I'm gonna say this too. When I was a kid, I was running from the cops one time. I'm not saying that I was doing a little rambunctious thing as a child. Way back in the day, back when I was young, I had some run-ins for some law enforcement. I might have had a run-in with some Leos. And I get shot in the back for fucking running from them. Fuck. My biggest point is a disinformation campaign. Immediately someone's saying that he's a fucking martyr or something like that. Do you know who speaks like that? Foreigners. Foreign campaigns of disinformation that do that. They're the ones that play that shit on you guys. Gals.
Yes and no. They do too, but there's like there's all these college educated. I won't even say educated. There's all these like fucking people who think they try to use smart words. Right? The martyr. It's the martyrdom of the black man in America, or whatever the fuck they want to say. Whatever.
Right. The words, exactly. The words they choose are not what we speak of when it comes to that shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, is that what normal people would use? But they still got those fucking college kids who think they're trying to be smart.
Right.
Insinuate some shit. And then you're right. It's like, oh, what's that? Like the Nigerian princes and shit. Always like,
exactly. The ones that the Indian phone scammers, semi bobs and Vagines. Vagines, semi bobs and Vagines. That's what these memes look like. They look like they're the same. I'm probably gonna blow some of their cover. They're probably gonna change it up and like, fuck, we've been had. But some of these memes are written and they're looking like, oh my god, who wrote these memes? These memes. I guess the context of how we meme in America is different from the other meme. But I've told individuals, hey, stop posting that shit. That's not legit. And even if the guy did have a criminal record, doesn't deserve to get fucking shot in the back.
No, dude could have been the biggest criminal in the world. I don't give a fuck. Could be El Chapo. Don't fucking shoot him in the back.
Right. Well, yeah. The process is about running for a fucking DUI.
Yep. Give him his day in court. 100%. That's the whole reason we have a fucking court system. Sorry about it. You're not the judge, jury, and executioner. You're not. That's not your fucking role as a. You remember back in the day, and this is what fucking gets me about this all these shenanigans, right? I'll even talk about the local law enforcement agencies here in Western South Dakota, right? Remember back in the day where cop cars would be like black and white or like weird fucking colors and shit and have like the big light bars on top and like you knew it was a cop from like 6 miles away. If it was a Crown Victoria that was weird colored and shit and the fucking light bar on top, it was a cop.
Right.
Sorry about it. But they had on the sign to protect and serve and like they would like help fucking old ladies across the street and all that shit, right?
We had
all of the things that they were supposed to do to protect the community and serve the community and make the community a better place to live in. Right? Now these cocksuckers are sitting and they've got like out here they've got Chevy Tahoes and Dodge Durangos, right? And they're black. Black is midnight.
No markings. But no markings.
No, well, they've got markings, but they're like ghost markings, right? Like they'll just be like a reflective. It'll be like a shield, like on the door, that if the light hits it just right, you can kind of see it, kind of like ghost flames on a motorcycle gas tank. Is what it looks like. What? How the fuck is that protecting or serving anybody? And that's not just here. I know that's not just our local departments, right? It's everywhere. And why? Why? Why do we need to have like stealth fighters for cop cars? Why do you need to? Oh, we need to blend in. Why? Why?
We're supposed to now.
Yeah,
right.
Who are you protecting and serving when you are being, when you're trying to, whatever, to blend into the you're not standing out. You're not helping anybody. You're not protecting anybody. Are you trying to hide in the corner so you can get a DUI? So you make some money? Say that. Tell me that. Don't be like, well, I'm here to protect and serve. No, you're not. You're here to make money. Tell me that. Tell me I'm here to make money off DUIs. I'm here to make money off speeding tickets. All right, cool. That's your job then. Do that. I don't even care. Don't bullshit me about it.
Right. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that what you were saying about the militarization of it. I don't think cops need an MRAP. Now, I do think that cops, like a SWAT team, need a vehicle to transport for a crisis incident, like an active shooter. Then they do need a vehicle for something like that. Because if they're going to an active shooter situation, then of course they're going to need to get in their kit. They're going to have to roll the fuck out, and they're going to have to use some sort of troop transport to get them on the scene. I totally get that. That is one, but not a whole fucking fleet of them. Not something where they're running around and then using that is because a lot of people don't. Now kids are afraid of cops. Mm-hmm. Kids are watching this shit. Kids are watching cops and people fighting, and you're like, well, why'd you do that? Well, and you see the cop, beating the shit out of somebody or whatever. No, again, I'm not saying there's not individuals that instigate that shit. I'm not saying that there isn't. There is. There are individuals that take advantage of it, that purposely antagonize cops and also the shit. But there's also a culture of respect, too. Yes or no, sir? Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. How you doing, sir? How you doing, ma'am? When I don't walk up to a cop and automatically saying that my rights are being violated and you need to stop doing this. I don't fuck with this. Is just, it's almost like that's like a common man type of thing. You don't fuck with somebody. You don't walk up to somebody and start fucking with them in their face. The same thing with cops. You don't do the same thing. They're just like, they're people too when it comes to that aspect. Naturally, you're going to draw attention to yourself when you do that.
Yep.
You know, you see pictures. You can totally tell. And some of the cops, you could totally tell, are raised like that too. If it's a generational gap where you have to get trained at a police academy to say sir, ma'am, or understand what respect is, that's a problem too.
And that respect, the thing that they don't, a lot, and not just police officers or demonstrators, but a lot of people nowadays don't understand that respect is a two-way street, that it's earned and not given. And you have to, everyone wants. And you hear this throughout. This is like a resounding thing you hear from it. Oh, my kids' friends. It disrespected me. That's a disrespectful. You don't know where disrespect is. You don't have a fucking clue. Sorry, they thought your girlfriend didn't. They didn't like your girlfriend's shoes. Is that disrespectful? It's having an opinion. You know, we can have this idea of a lack of disrespect for anything if you don't have the same opinion, or they're disrespecting me because they don't like Trump or whatever. No. That is keeping the people who are moderate on either side from being able to have an actual conversation, actual discourse to help solve these problems. Because as soon as you show any little bit of whatever, then you're racist, you're disrespectful, you're all these things.
You know, you're right. Or you don't support Leos, or you don't support the troops, or you don't support, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point.
It's another way for them to hide things or whatever, and it's
no. You bring up a good point, because that right now, think about it. What you just said right now, what you just said, we're talking about assisting police officers and what some police officers are going to need or whatever. I'm gonna get slammed probably by not supporting the, because remember when I said, what was it, a couple weeks ago when I said I don't yield to the fucking thin blue line flag. I only salute the flag of the United States. There is no flag that I bend my knee to. Mm-hmm. I don't believe in that shit. Nor do I salute that flag. It's not disrespectful to the cop. It is my opinion that my flag is not that flag. That's my opinion. My opinion is that the flag of the United States of America is a flag that I salute. That's the flag that's going to be on my body when I die and I get thrown on the ground. Mm-hmm. Or folded and it's given to baby eyes. That's my kid. That's the flag, right? It's not the Blue Lives Matter now. It's not the first responder line. It's not the Black Lives Matter flag. No, none of those flags. And again, like you said, it's my opinion, but people will literally fucking say that I don't support the blue, I don't support the other movements, or I don't support this, just because I don't believe that. Just what's wrong with one flag? That's American. The American flag, the flag of the United States, is supposed to be inclusive to all citizens. Remember what we said? Optimus Prime. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings in this country. If they have that flag to me, that means I'm bringing y'all in together in that. So when I see that flag, I see all races, all genders, all religions, all beliefs. People who like well done steaks instead of medium well. People who don't mind waiting in the Wendy's line as opposed to people who like going to McDonald's. That, yes, you are included in the American flag. That's your flag. That's our flag. There's no line in the middle of that flag. Especially when you're supposed to protect it. Well, wait, what's that flag? No, sorry, I can't. You can't have that flag because I don't feel like no. It's wrong. Police officers now have an issue with the Punisher symbol. You ever watch the Punisher? You know what it's about? You know, it's about a guy who gets his family killed and then he starts going off on everybody and kills everybody, right? That's what the story of the Punisher. And he goes, and he's not sending people to court. He's not like Batman or you know what I mean? It's not like Spider-Man and wraps everybody up in there and then has Commissioner Gordon. That's not what the Punisher does. He fucks people up. Kills them. That's what he does. That's what he does. Symbols, right? People who put ketchup on steaks are still commies. Man, people who put I was about to say I'm kind of like on the fence about that shit. Who puts fucking ketchup on their steaks? Then never. Ugh. Yeah, I mean, like, marinating carne asada or something like that with some, with some of that. You remember that barbecue dry rub stuff? Oh man, that's some good shit. Get them juices going. But whoa, stop! People who put pineapples on pizza are commies? No way, dude. See, you've ever had pizza with pineapple?
I fucking had one like Saturday.
That's fucking good as shit, man.
Oh yeah, it is. Sorry, Heath, that you can't like I don't know. You don't have a palate. It's not.
Right. You probably fly. Yeah, you probably fly a normal pizza flag as opposed to the American flag pizza. Yeah, exactly. It's a free country to eat your steaks how you like. You're still going to get judged on how you eat them, right? But the point is that it's your choice to eat them. It's your choice to eat that steak the way you like it. But you're right, man. That whole includes the police needs to get. Well, now I keep saying the police need to get reformed. I never say defund because some of those programs that will help reform the police department, they need that money to do it. It's like the police academy in fucking Germany, the Polizei go through like a 2-year program. They get like a bachelor's or something like that. They get some degree, some certification in psychology and understanding behavioral health. Really? Yeah, dude.
That's good. They need to do that.
Right.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, I mean they don't have a police brutality law because in Germany the way they're regimented, the way they are, that's the policy. It's you don't normally go out and get in fucking get in the face of a cop. And there's a respect. You can have a debate with a cop not beating the fuck out of you in Germany. You can't get a debate with a cop here without getting fucking your fucking shit, your fucking shit punched in the face. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had an argument with a cop that didn't lead to you getting arrested or not getting arrested?
No.
Yeah.
I can think of. Maybe it happens on like Facebook or something.
I may have been jostled a little bit for expressing my expressing my opinion to some Leos who got a little upset at my opinion. They got upset about it. But in Germany, man, you argue with a cop. The cop will sit there and just arguing with you. He'll argue right with you, tell you, yeah, okay, whatever, blah, 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 blah. But as soon as your hand's onto the police officer, there's a limited space as well. You see individuals that are getting in cops' faces. I don't blame them for sometimes because that's like you were saying, the respect thing. Yep. No man gets in my arm space span. My arm space span is like the arm length of me going up to my elbow that's it. You're too close to me already. If you're stepping within that zone, you want to fight. Anchovies on pizza's legit. Yeah, I don't want to. That's crazy, man. It's sad because the manner of respect in society for that is gone. That's one of the things that I just shake my head at. We can go back to the good old days where we just had pistols and 6-shooters and all that and carried Winchesters and shit. That'll work.
I mean, I'd be okay with just like pistol whip people. Like they don't need to tase nobody.
Yeah, exactly that. Right.
Just pistol whip. Like what? Now what you gonna do?
Exactly. Did we just do it? Exactly. I don't. Again, it's a breakdown in the culture that and we're now seeing through all aspects. You have a younger generation that's now acting out more because they're acting out more, and they were allowed to act out. You have societal issues that are deep red that have been being bottled up. That now everybody's getting involved in this. You honestly think that it was fucking, that this was not a recipe for disaster to have people cooped up all this fucking time, people losing their fucking business and all this other shit. And then on top of that, while you're protesting about it, you're out and about, then decide that underhanded police shadiness and shit. Don't believe that disinformation. Don't. You spread it around, you're going to make it worse. It makes you no different. Exactly that. Break out my cowboy rifle that's found in the bottom of the... Wait, no, those are legal. So yeah, I got several cowboy rifles. How about that? But it's crazy, man. That's what I don't understand. Everyone talks about a lot of it too is it's the manner. It is the manner of respect that is given to everybody that just has gone away with society. I was raised with manners. Yes, sir, ma'am. Yes, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, ma'am. You respect parents, respect family. That's the elders. You respect your elders. You respect authority and all that. But obviously, you don't sit there and and destroy fucking the city while you let it happen. It's in our blood to fight back on some of this shit.
It blew my, because I raised my son that way. You know, yes sir, no sir, yes ma'am, no ma'am. Do what you're told when you're told to do it. You know, discipline is instant willing obedience to orders, that kind of stuff. You know, all that stuff, right? And it just blew my mind. Like when I would go to his parent-teacher conferences or whatever, and his teachers would be like, "Wow, he's just really respectful, and like he just listens and does what he's told." Like, yeah, that's what fucking you're supposed to do. That's
right.
what you're supposed to do.
Right.
Like it just blew my mind that was not the norm for most of the children. Like, I get it. Like, there's some kids who are like not the best listeners, but all you have to do is, like, you know, I hate saying like make them robots or whatever, but hey, don't fucking touch that. It should be the same answer. Like, don't touch it. Stop doing that. Should it equate to your answer should be yes sir or no sir. Like, hey, quit doing that, Roger. And then you stop. A kid should stop. And they're just, I don't know. I just don't get it. Like the way that what's expected of children nowadays writes what was expected of me as a child, and not just me personally as a child, but in the area that I grew up with, the people I grew up with, what was expected.
You bring up a good point. You bring up when I spoke to your son. Mm-hmm. Extremely respectful. Mm-hmm. Extremely respectful. Did you just? I think because he was kind of confused what to call me because I was retired. He was like Sergeant Major Ken, sir. But yeah, I'm just thinking that there was no. I could tell that he had been raised when he spoke to me. And we were talking and we had our own conversation. Back and forth. He was extremely respectful, extremely about, dude, it's all about that honor and chivalry and respect, dude. I don't know how it is that, especially men, come on, men, be kings. Raise your sons. You know, be there for raise your fucking family. Be responsible. You represent your fucking family. Those are the direct reflection of that right there is the direct reflection of your values. Seeing all that shit in policing and being a citizen. It was great to see a bunch of Americans gathering up together, black and white, exercising their Second Amendment rights to protect a First Amendment event. They're even giving people shit saying that they were white supremacists when there was members of the Boogaloo movement assisting the Black Lives Matter protest. Assisting! They don't look like they're fucking white supremacists to me. It was a respect thing. I don't get it. And you see pictures of how come you're like people like literally up to like inches of a cop's face. You think a fucking cop is gonna I'm being empathetic to the cops too now. You think a cop is gonna be wanting to fucking do this job if he's getting that shit all the time? He's gonna be like, fuck it, I'm done. You guys are on your own. Cops know what happens when you're on your own, right?
Now they got all these talk about they want to defund these different police departments or do whatever. I can't believe people can keep cops around.
Right, honestly, I'm about to say there's no. Yeah, there's no.
Surprised more people just walking out like fuck it.
Right.
Y'all, I'm done. I'm sorry later. See you later.
Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And I wouldn't even blame them. You know, I said it. I'll say it to them blue in the face. I don't want their job, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't. I'm not. That's what I feel. Like, Radar does not like bashing people or saying you need to fix something without having some sort of like answer to fix it. If you guys do X, Y, and Z, it would help fix things. But you're almost to the point where that's not even an option anymore. Because it's not like it's not just this overwhelming, this magic wand and you wave it and shit's fixed. It's not that.
No, that's going to take some time.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, perfect analogy Pookie just said in the chats. It's too easy to let people merge in the traffic, but it has this me first mentality that you'll slow traffic down just because of that one person that wants to get in front of you. You hate that when you're driving down the road and you're trying to fucking merge and you're in a truck or something like that, or you're with your family. You don't want to haul ass, you don't want to speed, and there's somebody there that won't let you merge. Or you have individuals that line 15 fucking miles up in one single line, and they get mad when that one car goes to the very front. well, he needs to wait in line. No, motherfucker, you're supposed to merge. I do that. When people do that to me, I let them in front of me. That's called merging. And if done well, you could do it at high speeds too. Go figure.
Whoa, don't start breaking that shit up, because then people are trying. I'm not even. I shouldn't even bitch. I don't live anywhere near a big city, so y'all can play bumper cars all you want.
Right. Well, the thing is, when you look at it, well, let's bring up an example with this fucking Chaz, this Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. That to me is, everyone's talking about, all these protests and all this is the Insurrection Act and blah, blah, blah. No. Chaz. I suggest you guys pull some fucking guard duty, because if you keep this up, there are going to be some little black helicopters flying over to your ass. And no one's going to feel sorry for you. If you look at all the videos from Chaz, you know what happens? They're turning on each other. They're literally having a small dictatorship and groupthink that are accusing this very president of doing the same thing, but they're not. But I don't see the groupthink. I don't see the groupthink shit unless you're Fox News or CNN or Twitter. Then everyone gets all mad or all that. You could say something like that. Everyone gets mad. Oh, I'll just mute or block you. That's one thing about Twitter. You get the ass of somebody, they don't like you, they just block you. I'm like, what'd I say? So I don't want to talk to you. Okay, or mute my mentions, or I muted you. I'm like, okay, well, that's what's happening in Chaz. They're literally turning on each other right now. There are individuals that have their homes and businesses that are stuck in this 4-block radius. It was like 16 block. What? How many blocks? 7 block radius or something like that. I know if you do that shit around my neighborhood and you try to say you need to pay me money, or we're going to take your phone, we're going to take your car keys because the rest of us need to have it, and you have privilege, I will fuck you up. I will mess you up to no end. It is exactly that. That whole dying inside. Exactly. Oh my God. They hate walls and they hate police states, but they create walls in police state. Police over there can't even answer crimes that are happening because of the autonomous zone. That to me is insurrection shit right there. You know what I mean? That right there. Surprised I haven't seen a bunch of bikers going up there and fucking them up.
I kind of like seeing it happen. This is what, and I'm gonna say this like this, because one is all of the shit that we keep saying, like, well, the walls don't work. Oh, why the fuck you build a wall? Like,
right.
We don't need IDs, and how come you're requesting everyone has an ID?
You're telling everybody to have an ID, exactly.
Or like, well, fucking guns are. You don't need a gun. Who needs a gun? Guns are stupid. And all of a sudden they're guarding their shit with fucking guns,
with ARs, with weapons that they say are bad rifles. You can't have those. You can't have those rifles.
We're not responsible gun owners out here. Blah blah blah. Okay, well, fine, fuck it, fuck y'all then. Like,
oh my God, I mean, it's awesome to see the hypocrisy and the irony in all of that.
Oh, guys, it's amazing. I love it.
Oh, so do I, dude. It's fucking awesome.
I fucking love it, and it gets back to that. Well, it's a fucking fire starter shit. You know what I mean? Like, we can just sit here and fucking poke fun at them and hit them on Twitter and all that. And, like, they can't do anything about it, but we can just laugh because it's true.
Exactly.
And it's true. So it's great. I love it.
Somebody sent me a fucking, and I got derped. Okay, somebody sent me in the chats the Chaz Police Department, and I thought it was a legit thing. I'm like, fuck those people, fuck those trolls. They were like, no, Ken, that's like a parody page. So Chaz has a parody page, almost like the Duffel Blog, I guess you'd call it, of their own. It's fucking hilarious. Chaz Police Department or some shit like that. Post it in the comments so you guys will laugh. It's awesome if you guys see it. But yeah, they got, yeah, exactly. They got little. They do. You're right, Scott. They got little. They have little Gestapo security like people around. They do. They have them and they're deporting people. We don't like the way you broke. We don't like the way you broke this window, so we're gonna kick you out of Chaz. We're deporting you. I'm like, wait a minute, man. These are the kids that we raised.
Oh, not me. I didn't raise them.
No, I'm just saying. Some of the societal norms there. It's fucking hilarious. I saw that. I'm like, Because somebody said it to me, I'm like, no, screw that. I got all pissed off. I literally got mad. Fuck them. Why are you giving them a daytime? And they go, no, Ken, it's a parody. And I'm like, oh shit, I got had. Okay, cool. That's funny. It is funny. As a matter of fact, let me pull it up. Let me pull it up, and I will. Let me see if I got it in here somewhere, and I will drop the link inside the what'd you hear? Somebody mentioned I guess the lady that was out, she's trying to, what was it, the accuser of the brethren, that chick, she predicted all this bad shit that was happening to everybody. Let me see. Here we go. I'm looking at all through the chats, and people are like, oh my God. So I'm like, I'm not going to support them. So I'll pull it up, and I'll drop it in the chats. So you guys and gals can look at it, and you can go ahead and troll them all you want. Oh, there you go. Thank you, Pip. Got it. Thanks. It's awesome. Drop it on the radio too while you're at it. Well, here. I'll do it right now. I got it. There we go. I'll drop it. I'll drop it on YouTube. I'll drop it on Mixer, and I'll drop it on Facebook. There you go. So please feel free to join the chat. I'm serious. They literally have a police department. Again, that's the parody. I think it's like the Duffel Blog. Here, let me
That's a Duffel Blog for the boo, or not boo.
The Chaz, yeah. Let me I think it's funny as fuck. Let me pull it up. Let me pull up their symbol there. It's all derp. It's a derp fucking symbol. It's fucking hilarious. It's fucking classic. Let me pull it up right quick. There we go. That's awesome. There we go. So again, I'm surprised. I was telling some friends I'm surprised this shit lasted this long. I literally am surprised because there we go. The Chaz Derp Police. So it's derp, drool, dumb. Again, I'm surprised it lasted this long. I'm really surprised that it lasted this long and nobody was, I it's just like, what the hell? This is insurrection shit. How can a city in itself let a city block, some city blocks to be taken over with? What are the people going to think? You honestly think this is going to be your you're going to win the next election as mayor or as governor by letting this shit happen? I mean, it's bad enough that Rona killed a lot of my friends and personal fucking blowing savings and shit like that, trying to survive with their own small businesses going under because of this. Now, could you imagine? Your city has lifted the fucking Rona shit, and you're about ready to open up shop, and you have a small business, and you're all happy. You have an apartment up top of your small business. Then all of a sudden, these Chaz fuckers come up and they start, cordoning your freaking your business, and they're demanding that you pay protection money. What the hell?
Fuck protection money.
Yeah, screw that.
Right.
I don't pay no damn protection money. Fuck that. The little kids, they're all, and like I said, you could totally see. Look at just look up Chaz videos of Chaz enforcement, or hell, go to that site, go to that Facebook page that's posted in the chats. You'll fucking die as hell. You'll be laughing as hard. I mean, dude, there's no way this is fucking real, and sure shit, they're there. It's run by a bunch of people that go, actually, you know what I mean? You ever see that meme? Actually.
Fuck cookie protection money, aka taxes.
Exactly. You mean taxes? Wait. Are you talking taxes? We're talking about taxation and stuff. Yeah, exactly. Tariffs.
Wait. Hold on a second. If we start the Chaz police force, can we get MRAPs?
Exactly. Thanks, guys, for dropping in the chat. I appreciate it. That's fucking classic. Yeah, give them MRAPs. They'll be good to go. Because the Chaz, the derps need the derps. We can just start calling them the derps. Actually, let me pull up the. I'm sorry, the graphic and the derp in the middle is fucking hilarious, dude. I cannot stop laughing at the derp, the derp portion of it. Let me pull that. This is meme gold, man. Oh god. It's up right now. God, it's fucking hilarious. Derp.
Derp.
Oh, God. I'm dying. At any rate. There we go. What's up? Dirt Patrol. The Dirt Patrol. Exactly. Oh, God. At any rate, thank you guys and gals for hanging out tonight. We're going to go ahead and do some house cleaning and housekeeping. God, I don't know why I keep saying house cleaning. It's probably because I need to clean my house. All right, my house is kind of like Rat Patrol for Chaz. It looks like someone got the Beresting Bears and they modified it. You're the Beresting Bears and shit. God, it's fucking hilarious, bro. I love it. All right. At any rate, we have a lot of guests coming up, and we're gonna have some guests that will be. And I'm telling you what, this is awesome. We have a lot of guests that are coming in that are more military stuff for Sergeant's Time. We're also gonna have some more. I don't want to say political, but more guests that have been in the news recently. So I don't want to, just give these fucking guests a chance and listen to them, hear them out. We're not, we're not asking you to change your fucking mind or tell them to fucking, whatever. Just
we spent like the first hour bullshitting and making fun of Joe Biden and fucking Donald Trump, like people from their camp or some shit.
Right, exactly.
All right.
So just exactly. So you guys remember real quick? You remember? Okay, there was a scene that happened during the protest in D.C. And it was this guy, and you could see he was wearing, he was wearing a t-shirt and shorts and a backpack, and he was yelling at the guys holding the shields up. Did you see the video of that?
Mm-hmm.
You see and he was yelling at everybody, telling everybody how to do a proper phalanx maneuver and how to get everybody to line up a shield. He's going to come on next week.
Are you fucking serious?
He's coming on next week. His name is Wayne Maiden. He's going to be on the Monday edition, and he's an Army veteran who appeared in a viral video of the protest that we saw in D.C., and we'll be on to talk about what happened during the video and what happened during the protest. He's going to be here shooting the shit with the WTF Nation.
Love it.
Can't wait, man. It's awesome.
Fuck yeah.
So it's just, are they still getting 3 Cletus in Seattle? Bro, I know. We need to give him some 3 Cletus. And then that Thursday, we're going to have a Command Sergeant Major Robert Craven. Rob's going to come on here talking about the 5th Security Forces Assistant Brigade out of JBLM. He is going to be talking about the realignment of the Security Forces Assistance Command, and now they're moving to a regional alignment. There's going to be some big army theater type of what discussions of what a GCC is, which is a Geographic Combatant Command, and what their role is going to be in helping out the Indo-PACOM area of responsibility. So he's going to be out here shooting the shit. He was artillery surveyor and reclassified as a 13 Papa MLRS HIMARS guy. Shoot the shit. He's got some brag time, so me and him are all that airborne and stuff. He's going to be joining us, and he's going to give us the way they have been restructuring and the way they have been reforming the organization. It's pretty interesting. He's going to dispel a lot of rumors, and again, can't wait to have him on there. So Wayne Maiden, that dude, I can't wait. You'll see some graphics and you'll see some videos of the individual that got a bunch of soldiers together in DC and told them how to line up with their shields. I can't wait. It's gonna be funny as hell. But don't forget, and then Radar, dude, we're almost done with your stuff right now. I got Warhol working some concepts and stuff for you for your graphics, and then we're gonna be ready to get you on some. We're gonna bust the training wheels on your shit, and then we'll see what's up. I don't know. Be on the lookout for either a Wednesday, a Friday, or Saturday show. Those are the days, right? Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Yeah. Whatever is good for your schedule. And then when that happens, then we'll see what goes on. But we're going to be testing some more tech, and then more likely we'll have a rotation of different co-hosts, and then you will see probably a notification for some more specifics on how we're going to try to expand. Well, I can't wait. I'm proud of you, man. It's gonna be fun.
I'm sitting here. I'm like, yes, let's do this.
Yeah, you're in the door and it's amber right now, and you're ready for the door to go green light.
Right.
Sherman Saturday. Right, Joe Sherman's. Ma dear.